Hello, this is my review for Alan Wake, released in 2010. Alan Wake is basically this kind of Silent Hill, Resident Evil-ish style. It's more subtle, I think, than them. Kind of psychological horror adventure game. Um, Basically, it follows the story of this writer who goes into this kind of vacation, and he starts getting haunted by the characters in his stories. And I personally really enjoy the game, and I think it sometimes can be a little too subtle for it to get a little too kind of not enough scary moments to kind of spread out. But in general, I love this game. I really do. I think the shooting mechanics are really good, considering it's kind of it didn't have to be its central point, but I think they're really good. I like the thing about torching them with the light. Visual effects are just phenomenal. It's one of the best looking games on the Xbox. There's a moment when you're coming in on this kind of like boat, this kind of like a cargo boat, taking your cars into this island where the cabin is, where he's staying, and it's beautiful to look at. The kind of scenery that you get, it's a beautiful game. You get these kind of hills and these, this beautiful lighting and the light coming through the trees. Most of it's at night, but the scenes that you do get in day are beautiful, and even the ones at night are as well. The sense of kind of wilderness, I think I've never seen done better. The sounds, and you feel like you're there. It's very odd, but it's very effective. Um, because I think what it has going for it is its environment is one of the main things about it. The voice acting is a bit off sometimes. That's one of the things I'd say against it. But it's not so much the voice acting; it's more the writing is a little cheesy and a little cute at times, and a little bit too. It kind of has this kind of like, I don't know if it's trying to take itself seriously or whether it's trying to have a joke, but either way, it doesn't come across either. It kind of comes with a weird mix of both. It doesn't quite work. Um, it's a little to the point sometimes, and just a little laughable, which is a bit of a shame. But oh well. And also, there's this side character called Barry, who's a bit too much of a typical kind of side character, which is a bit of a shame as well. But um, otherwise, this is a phenomenally good game. I love it personally. I found it really fun to get into. Um, Really interesting. It keeps you thinking what's going on. What is this guy? Is he disturbed, or is it all just something else? Or it's really interesting. I would also recommend the two DLCs. Now, I recommend this, tentatively. I mean, it's not great to recommend anything that costs, extra money beyond what you pay for the actual game. But I actually will say it's one of the best DLCs. I got both of them, and it's one of the best DLCs I bought in terms of expanding the story. Now, this is twofold, because you could say, well, because personally I would say after playing the two, it felt more like a complete game. It's a bit more trippy, they're a bit more unusual. It's kind of like cool Inception sequences where the buildings are turning and you're walking around. It's a bit more trippy than the actual game, but but it kind of expands on the story and expands on his psyche, and it's really interesting. So I would recommend those if you feel like you'd want to, but you still get a great game in Alan Wake anyway. Um, in fact, I'd go as far as to say it's my favourite Xbox 360 exclusive of all time. So yeah, I would definitely check out Alan Wake.